park behind, and we're heading down the Universal Timeline Road. On our way down this road, you'll see the lower lot of our theme park down on the right-hand side, including the newest area of our theme park, getting ready to open. We're very excited to announce that Super Nintendo World will be opening on February 17th here at Universal Studios Hollywood. For updates on Super Nintendo World, you can visit our website and our social media accounts. So there's no other place like this in the world where you have a theme park and a film studio right next to each other. The studio came first. We've been here making movies for over a century now. Property in 1915. We opened it up as Universal City, a real city dedicated solely to movie making. And of course, we still make movies here today. We also make all the things you can film nowadays: commercials, music videos, and a lot of television shows. Much of the filming action happens on the front lot. That's what we're going to see first as we get to the bottom of the road here, the bottom of the timeline. The front lot's where we keep offices for high-powered production companies, sound and editing facilities, and the majority of our 36 sound stages. So we're going to see a lot of sound stages on the front lot. On the outside, they kind of look like warehouses, but on the inside, they can be turned into any world a filmmaker wants. I'll show you some famous movie moments on our screens. They all filmed in sound stages here on the front lot. So the inside of a soundstage can be anything from the Visitor Center in Jurassic Park to Whoville and How the Grinch Stole Christmas, or anything in between. Up next on the left, we're going to get very close to stages 11 through 7. These first three stages on the left are all currently home to the NBC series Grand Crew that stars Nicole Byer. She used to host Nailed It, the baking competition show. And then the last two stages on the block, 8 and 7 coming up on the left, those are currently home to the Peacock streaming series Bel Air. It stars Jabari Banks. There's a lot of production activity for Bel Air in a few spots on the lot today. But it looks like stages 8 and 7, they're not filming in there right now. Their doors are open though. You can peek inside. You see a big hanging sheet. It looks like almost like a giant shower curtain in stage 8. It's called the Cyclorama. Imagine a giant shower curtain with a print of a scene of the outdoors on it. That's basically what a cyclorama is. So most TV shows and movies you watch, any scenes that are set interior, like inside a home, or like with the Bel Air, maybe the inside of the Banks family mansion, but it could be anything, a police precinct, a doctor's office. If you're watching a scene set in one of those spots and outside of the window you see like trees or maybe other buildings, that's by and large usually a cyclorama that's lit really well and really looks like the outdoors, but it's not. It's all in a soundstage. Up next on the left, we've got some trailers. We use these as, well, all kinds of things. They're basically like the backstage area for production. These trailers are specifically for Bel Air. Some of them are for costume storage, others are for hair and makeup, or dressing rooms for the actors, that kind of thing. Bel Air also films in stage 14. Coming up on the left, this stage was also home to season 2 of Hacks, one of my favorite shows. It stars Gene Smart and streams on HBO Max. It looks like the door to stage 14 is open just a bit. You can see some plywood wall in there. That's the back side of their set. That's what the back of most sets look like, just plywood walls. And there's usually no ceilings to the sets because that space is needed for all the lighting equipment. Our front lot's also home to the Kelly Clarkson show. She's filming today, but we don't get too close to her sound stage, so we won't have a quiet zone for her. When a sound stage is all closed up for filming, they're almost completely soundproof. Not totally though. That's why we do have quiet zones even for sound stages. So look at stage 16 coming up on the right. We're so close. If they were filming in there right now, there's a good chance they could pick up the sound of my voice on their soundtrack, and nobody wants that. Stage 16 was recently home to another one of my favorites, a comedy series called Never Have I Ever. It streams on Netflix, and it was created by Mindy Kaling. It stars Ray Trainee, Robert Krishnan, and it just wrapped up recently filming for their 4th and final season. It hasn't been released yet, but I'm very excited for it. Up next on the left, you'll see set pieces waiting to be used, some of them covered in tarps, some fake grass there as well. Oh, and then the most important place on the front line is coming up on the left. a base camp kitchen. It's where people who work on the lot can get food on their lunch breaks. And then to the right, we've got stage 19. This was recently home to the new version of Quantum Leap. Oh, also a big hit movie called Furious 7 did a lot of filming in there. And actually, one time when Furious 7 was filming in there, I saw the back of Vin Diesel's head. Don't be jealous. It was a magical moment for me. Next on the right, this big building with lots of posters on the outside of it is a mill. So inside, they build the sets that go into the sound stages or out to the back lot, depending. On the left, we have bungalows. Those are offices for production companies like Monkey Paw. That's Jordan Peele's company. He wrote and directed the film Get Out and won an Oscar for the screenplay. His most recent movie in theaters was Nope. And we're actually going to see sets from Nope later on in the tour. Amy Pascal's Pascal Pictures has offices here as well. Her company produced Spider-Man No Way Home and the Greta Gerwig directed version of Little Women. Originally, though, the bungalows were built to be used as dressing rooms for big movie stars that worked here, like Doris Day, Rock Hudson, Lucille Ball, and Paul Newman. They were basically like apartments for the stars, like a home away from home. That was back when movie stars were signed under long-term contracts, so they'd just be working in one studio for like 7 years. So it made sense to get kind of a permanent home on the lot. Past the bungalows on the left, a big building made up of 2 sound stages in the back. And then the front part with the big windows, those are writers' rooms and dressing rooms. The stages were built for the revival of the NBC comedy series Will and Grace. Today the series American Auto is filming in one of the stages, so we may have a quiet zone for them. I won't know until it's almost too late to do a quiet zone, but we'll do our best. Let's wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Yeah, we're good. Okay, so we've seen the front lot. Now we're going to cross out into the big back lot where we keep all the big exterior sets. Now, the first area you're going to get just a glimpse of will be the Metropolitan sets, or Metro sets for short. There are city sets. We're just going to get a glimpse of the sets that are coming up on your left because a big top secret production is getting ready to film in the area. You can see their set decoration. It looks really cool. Big hit movies that filmed on the Metro sets like Captain America, The First Avenger, Hobbs and Shaw, and Transformers. Moving right along though, next on our screens we'll hear from a filmmaker named Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong. Thrilled when you do some practical effects for great community. Right. Now we have created this 3D immersive experience. We want to give you a glance. Come on yet.
There's also please stay seated and King Kong 360 involves shaking and rocking, so please hold on tightly to all your personal belongings. Tour. That was all created for us by Peter Jackson and a team of folks at Weta FX. That's a special effects company that has won 6 Academy Awards. They're based in New Zealand, and they worked on a lot of big movies like Wonder Woman, Wakanda Forever, Avatar, and Avengers Endgame. They're doing some behind the scenes images on our screens, including a great shot of the big digital projection screens that surround us inside. Now up next on the left, you're going to get one more chance to take in some of our Metropolitan sets, where again you can see set decoration for a top secret production. So here's the thing, when productions are filming on the lot, they don't have to give out their title if they don't want to. It's their business. So if they want to keep it hush-hush, then all we know is it's something top secret, even though sometimes when we can see the setup work they're doing, we still don't know what it is. Now next on the left, no, the right-hand side, you're right. Just past King Kong, you'll see 2 retired features of the studio tour. The runaway train parked on the collapsing bridge. Now, the bridge premiered in 1974 as an attraction on the tour, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Trams would drive across it and it would collapse, just for fun, for pretend. And then the train was further out on the back lot, and it's also just what it sounds like. It would almost crash into a tram and then stop right at the nick of time. It also used to be featured in some of our commercials for the studio tour, which actually makes it a picture car. That's a fancy showbiz term for any vehicle ever featured on camera. Up next, we're going to visit the transportation department of our back lot. On the left, you'll see some of the most famous picture cars in film and television history. My favorites are the 3 futuristic cars from Back to the Future 2. Those are the flying cars from the futuristic year of 2015. Can't wait till 2015. It's going to be so dope with those flying cars. The Flintstones cars are made largely out of fiberglass. And picture cars are not just literal cars. It's, any mode of transportation. That's why we have more unique picture cars like the Gyrosphere from Jurassic World. We even have a boat. The Crawdaddy from Jordan Peele's Us, where Winston Duke fought a version of himself. The big tank is made mostly out of wood. It was in Transformers. So picture cars don't even have to be really drivable. Depending on what the filmmaker needs, what a scene calls for, you can make a picture car out of wood. And it has its perks. That way it's lighter, easier to move around on the set, less costly than a real picture car, and easier to destroy in an action scene. So they got their pluses. We have one more picture car all by its lonesome coming up on the right-hand side. A Jeep from Jurassic Park. It's a good teaser for our next stop on the tour. I bet you can figure it out, but I'm going to let John Hammond do the official intro. John?
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
That was nice. Thanks, John. So we're going to see a lot of cool items here. Props, boats, picture cars, all from the original Jurassic Park trilogy. The camouflage RV coming up on the left is the mobile lab in the Lost World, the second film in the franchise, and it's also made mostly out of wood. Like metal. It dangled off the edge of a cliff in one scene in the film. We also have real-life dinosaurs. Yeah, they like to spit. They're very frisky. We have one more dinosaur coming up on the left, but that one does not spit. You can look right at it. It's not going to get you. As we head out of our Jurassic Park area, we are heading into our quiet zone. Again, this is for the Peacock streaming series Bel Air. They're filming close by. This is again a long quiet zone. There'll be plenty to see. I just won't be able to talk to you. We will have a couple little breaks where I can talk to you, but that'll come a little bit later. For now, I'm signing off. you, but do remain seated on the tram. All right, up next we're going to be visiting an area of sets on the back lot that are called Little Europe. If you are a fan of the NBC comedy series The Good Place, Little Europe was the afterlife on that series. But as we head into Little Europe, we're back into the quiet zone. Soundstage, I could talk again. So this is stage 15. As you can see, we've got a fully dressed set in here. It's obviously not being used today, so we get to take a peek at it. But the set is going to get used early next week. I think on Tuesday we have a movie coming in here. They're going to do some kind of like a tremor. Survived the earthquake, the big one. That was all part of the show. And just like that, we're back into the quiet zone. And over the right-hand side, as you can see, we have more cool picture cars like Dominic Toretto's Dodge Charger from the Fast and Furious films, and a Bumblebee. The yellow and black Camaro back there is a Bumblebee from the Transformers franchise. Now I get to do another safety reminder. We're about 15 minutes from the end of the tour. We'll be returning to the theme park shortly. Remember to pull the emergency cord if you need assistance and remain seated at all times. All right, just around the corner from our picture cars is what I consider to be the creepiest place on the back lot, just my opinion. But it's the Bates Motel. This is where Norman Bates works. He's a total creep and the title character for the film, Psycho. There's Norman. He's just coming out of that room. Was originally a two-sided facade. That's all they built for the film. We've since completed the exterior, so it's got a more finished look to it. the Psycho House, we're going to check out one of the largest sets in film history from the movie War of the Worlds, directed by Steven Spielberg. This is called the Crash Set. And that is a real plane. It was a retired commercial 747. And we'll hear from Steven and production designer Rick Carter. They'll talk a little more about this amazing set.
The airplane crash site was architecture that was all designed to build an experience. People can sit down and talk about their work, but that work is also a jungle on right now, because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing big. Listen to me. Listen to me. Listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Now closed. Bobby, get in. Get in.
And again, that is a real plane. It was a retired commercial 747. It was purchased for War of the Worlds for $60,000, and then it was cut into pieces. And each piece of the plane was shipped to the filming location. The shipping cost $200,000, more than the plane. Because that's where they get you with those shipping costs. Ooh, don't get me started on shipping. So Steven Spielberg, he directed War of the Worlds. We've worked with him many times over the years at Universal. We're very proud of our association with him. And we've also created a wonderful relationship with director Jordan Peele in the last few years with his movies Get Out, Us, and most recently Nope. And up next, we're actually going to drive through sets from the movie Nope. In the world of the film, these sets are called Jupiter's Claim. And as we head through Jupiter's Claim, we're going to get some information from Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take the impossible mission ready to go. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time, Southern California amusement park owned by former China star Ricky G. Over there, welcome to the Winterland, and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Not. A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. So live. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, Gold Rush Frontier lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the UFO hotspot. Welcome to the world of
switching gears from Jupiter's Claim, next we're going to head into Sullivan Truck Repair. This big building up ahead, it's a hangout of Dominic Toretto and his friends from the Fast and Furious films. So I'll set the scene briefly. There's a witness on our tram that we have to protect from evil criminal Owen Shaw. So we're going to hide in here to protect the witness. Please stay seated. And you do not need to wear your 3D glasses just yet. Have them close by though. I will let you know when it's time to put the 3D glasses on.
Ladies
Neil,
That's right, party's over.
you know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, let's back up a little bit. Got it. It's like me. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours.
Hobbs, escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of something.
See what I'm talking
Call you
about?
back. It was on vibrate.
Sure, trace this. Hobbs can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Try to move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting. I'm on the leashes, all warmed up, right next door.
It's time to put on your glasses.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now or you all get fried!
This is our turn. Okay, guys, it's showtime.
Witness is mine, Letty!
How about you eat asphalt?
Don't think you're getting away! Find them!
Way to go, Letty.
Don't line up the missile shot!
Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this.
Woman, don't shoot! Head from the bridge! Head in the section! Everybody hold on!
Hit the nitrous. Ride or die.
My Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it.
It's a beautiful, strong release.
Yeah, great job, everybody. And on that note, we're coming to the end of our tour for today. On behalf of Bob, myself, and everybody at NBC Universal, we hope you enjoyed your exclusive behind-the-scenes Hollywood access. So we're heading back to the theme park now, where we are open tonight until 6. You can download the Universal Studios Hollywood app to get wait times and show times. Be sure to see Waterworld, the live SeaWorld Spectacular, and ride The Secret Life of Pets off the leash. It's a very fun family dark ride, lots of great animatronics, and a really fun story. The story is you get adopted, you're a pet, you get adopted by a family. It's super cute. Also, to purchase the NBC Universal movies and TV shows you've seen on the tour, visit uphe.com or ask holders, thank you so much for being with us today. If you're not a pass holder, you can head to the Universal box office and see how you can turn today's ticket into an annual pass so you can come back again and again.
Time to rock and roll. Come on, crazy boys.
And we're going to exit here in the plaza in a few moments. Please stay seated until we open up the gates for you on the left-hand side. 3D glasses go in the blue bins. I'll be standing out there. Feel free to come up and say hi.